I'm a veteran with multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm a patriot. I went to war for this country. But I know everyone here is also a patriot. I know everyone standing up to the wannabe king in the White House is a patriot. I volunteered multiple times for hard, dangerous training so I could get into special forces and do hard, dangerous work for America. I always trusted that America's leadership would not squander the efforts and sacrifices of its service members. And there's the critical word, trust. As flawed as Presidents Bush, Obama, and Biden may have been, I trusted they valued service members. I trusted they were not using the office of the presidency for personal gain. I trusted they were not using a war to keep themselves in power forever. I'm going to give two very recent examples of how Trump betrayed America's trust. The first example comes from the perspective of a veteran. And veterans are a group Trump claims to love and respect. Well, just a few weeks ago, in mid-February, the Trump administration tried to change the Veterans Affairs regulation that covers how veterans' disability ratings are determined. This change would have deprived veterans of health benefits that they earned. Well, veterans pushed back hard, and veterans pushed back very loudly. The Trump administration pretended that it heeded veterans' concerns, but really the Trump administration just said, we will not enforce the new regulation. Veterans saw through this deception and continued to oppose the change. So after several days, the Trump administration did cancel that change to the regulation. While this sounds like a victory for veterans, the real question is, does the administration really care and value veterans? The answer is no. It was a betrayal of trust. My next example comes from the perspective of a career special forces officer. So you don't need to be a military genius to know that in war, you do not aid or you do not help fund your enemy's war effort. Well, Trump started the war in Iran, but then he got scared. He got scared when when gas prices here in America at the pump went through the roof. So Trump lifted the oil embargo on Iran. Trump either does not know or he does not understand that lifting the oil embargo gives Iran money. Iran now has more money to fund its war effort. So crazily, courtesy of Trump, Iran now has more money to buy weapons that it will use to kill American troops. Does that sound like a president who cares about the military? No! It's a betrayal of trust. So what can you do? Oppose the war. Oppose the administration that got us into the war. Oppose the congressmen that are letting the war continue, and they exist in both parties. But do not blame the military for Trump's war. If you do, you're doing what he wants. Trump wants to spin opposition to the war as opposition to the military. He wants to spin it as unpatriotic. So use your words carefully. Do not make that easy for him. Trump thrives on division. Trump wants division between the American public and the military. Trump wants the military to be the victim of an ungrateful nation. So he can then strengthen his grip on the military, which ultimately helps him solidify his grip on America. Does any of this sound like the actions of a president? No, it's the actions of a wannabe king. And in America, real patriots oppose kings. Thank you for being real patriots. Thank you for being here.
Let's give one more hand to Vince. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.